pushed around, she's being slapped around, sometimes she's being punched around, and the fouls just keep getting harder and harder. When are the refs going to do their job? As a matter of fact, when is the WNBA going to do their job? Because there should be some suspensions, check. There should be some fines, check. And you should be setting an example for your star player.
The drama swirling around Caitlin Clark is hotter than a summer sidewalk, and it's spilling out of every corner of the WNBA like an overfilled popcorn bucket at a sold-out game. Our YouTube channel is buzzing with reactions to her latest preseason performance, and let me tell you, it's a spectacle that demands your attention. Picture this: Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's golden ticket, strutting onto the court like she's ready to rewrite the record books, only to be met with referees who seem to have gotten their credentials from a clearance bin at a carnival.
And it looked like there is more drama coming out of the Caitlin Clark pipeline with her final preseason game.
If you thought last season's officiating was a circus, buckle up, because this year's whistleblowing fiasco is serving up chaos with a side of absurdity. Clark is out there dropping 30 points like it's just another Tuesday, while the refs are fumbling calls so badly you'd think they're auditioning for a slapstick comedy. Grab your snacks, folks, because this meltdown is spicier than Clark's three-point shooting, and it's equal parts infuriating and laugh-out-loud ridiculous. Let's dive into the madness and unpack why the WNBA needs to get its act together. Stat: Caitlin Clark is back, and so are the referees who seem to believe their job is to officiate a demolition derby instead of a basketball game.
When Clark gets back, I can't feel my face.
Oh.
I can't feel it. Are they?
You gonna do it?
Nah, man. I don't think she let that go. I'ma just be honest. Caitlin.
The Indiana Fever's preseason clash against the Atlanta Dream was less a sporting event and more a live-action reenactment of a wrestling match, with Clark as the unwilling star of the takedown. She's out there weaving through defenders, sinking shots from downtown, and dishing passes so crisp they could star in a cooking show. But instead of applause, she's getting body checked like she's wandered into a rugby scrum. The Atlanta Dream didn't just play defense. They rolled out a game plan that looked like it was scribbled on a napkin titled, "How to Stop Caitlin Clark, a Guide to Controlled Chaos." Step 1. Swarm her like she's the last slice of pizza at a party. Step 2. If that fails, channel your inner linebacker and hope the refs are too busy checking their phones to notice. Spoiler alert, the refs were in fact too busy, and the result was a masterclass in officiating incompetence that left fans screaming at their screens. Let's set the scene. Clark walks into the arena with a target on her back so big it could be seen from space. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon, a walking highlight reel who's single-handedly boosting WNBA viewership, ticket sales, and social media buzz. Arenas are packed, TV ratings are through the roof, and merch is flying off the shelves because Clark is must-watch TV. She's the kind of talent who makes casual fans care about women's basketball, the kind of star who could carry the league into a new era of relevance. So naturally, you'd expect the WNBA to treat her like the crown jewel she is. Maybe roll out the red carpet, assign her a personal security detail, or at least ensure the refs are calling a fair game.
ASAP. We see what's happening with Caitlin Clark. There's no reason you shouldn't be protecting your star player, because without Caitlin Clark, there won't be no.
Instead, she's getting clobbered like she's starring in a reboot of Gladiator, and the officials are standing there like they're critiquing an avant-garde art installation. Oh look, another elbow to Clark's ribs. How interpretive. Play on. The Atlanta Dream game was a case study in everything wrong with WNBA officiating. Clark was out there trying to run plays, but the defenders were treating her like a tackling dummy in a football drill. At one point, she got clotheslined so hard it looked like a scene from a 90s action flick. Yet the refs didn't blink. Maybe they were too busy practicing their yoga poses or scanning the stands for rare birds, because what we saw wasn't refereeing. It was a performance piece titled "Whistles in Repose." A hit to the arm on one play, no foul. The same hit on the next play. Suddenly it's a crime worthy of a whistle. The inconsistency is so glaring it's practically a plot point, and it's not just Clark who's suffering. The entire league is taking a hit, because when your star players are getting mugged on national TV and the refs are playing hide and seek, you're not exactly screaming professional sports league. Let's talk numbers for a second, because Clark's impact is undeniable. The WNBA has seen a surge in attendance and viewership since she arrived, with Indiana Fever games drawing crowds that rival NBA matchups. ESPN reported that the 2024 WNBA draft, headlined by Clark, pulled in record-breaking TV ratings, and her games are consistently among the most watched.
Sold out arenas. The viewership on TV would not be like it is now, where everybody's watching it because it's must-watch TV. But we are seeing how she's being treated.
She's not just a player. She's a marketing miracle, a one-woman economic stimulus package for a league that's been craving mainstream attention for years. And yet the WNBA's response to this gift is to let her get battered, like she's auditioning for a stunt double role. Our YouTube channel has been flooded with comments from fans who are equal parts awestruck by Clark's talent and enraged by the league's failure to protect her. One viewer summed it up perfectly. Caitlyn's out here carrying the WNBA on her. Then there's the technical foul heard round the world. In the middle of this chaos, with Clark absorbing more contact than a bumper car, the refs decided to flex their authority, not on the players mauling her, but on Clark herself. That's right, Caitlin Clark, the victim of this full contact fiasco, got slapped with her first technical foul of 2025. Her crime, showing a hint of frustration after being treated like a piñata for 4 quarters. Apparently, in the WNBA, getting shoved into the third row is fine, but rolling your eyes afterward is a capital offense. The refs missed every illegal hit on her body, but sprang into action when she dared to look annoyed. It's like they're running a social experiment called "How much can one player take before she snaps?" If the WNBA starts issuing technicals for facial expressions, they might as well install emotion detectors at half court. Oh no, Clark frowned after getting hip checked. That's a T. Our YouTube channel lit up with reactions to this absurdity. Fans were quick to point out the double standard. Clark gets tackled, and it's play on. But the second she reacts, the refs are ready to throw the book at her. One commenter wrote, "The WNBA refs are out here acting like Caitlyn's the villain for existing. She's getting hammered, and they're punishing her for not smiling through it." Another fan put it more bluntly, "These refs need to be investigated. They're either blind or they've got a vendetta." The sentiment is clear. Clark isn't just fighting opponents. She's battling a system that seems determined to make her life harder than it needs to be. Let's zoom out for a moment and talk about why this matters. The WNBA is at a crossroads. For years, the league has fought for recognition, clawing its way out of the shadows of the NBA and demanding a seat at the table. Clark's arrival is the kind of moment leagues dream of, a generational talent who brings eyeballs, dollars, and buzz.
NBA refs, and start the video there and center it on that. The WNBA refs are not consistent. A hit to the arm on one play is a foul, and a hit to the arm on another play is not a foul. The inconsistency.
She's not just a player. She's a rising tide that could lift the entire WNBA, boosting salaries, sponsorships, and exposure for everyone. But instead of capitalizing on this opportunity, the league is fumbling it spectacularly. Allowing Clark to be treated like a punching bag doesn't just hurt her. It undermines the WNBA's credibility as a professional sports organization. Fans tune in to watch basketball, not a cage match. When the refs fail to enforce the rules, they're not just failing Clark, they're failing the sport. The officiating epidemic in the WNBA is so bad it's practically a genre of its own. Call it whistle whiplash, a blend of absurdist comedy and psychological thriller. One minute, a player gets flattened with a move straight out of a WWE playbook, and the refs are silent, like they're practicing for the mime audition. The next minute, someone breathes too loudly in the paint, and suddenly it's a whistle symphony. A side-eye gets you a technical. An eyebrow raise might get you ejected. It's as if the refs are operating from a rulebook written by a committee of caffeinated squirrels who've never seen a basketball game but have strong opinions about interpretive dance. The inconsistency isn't just frustrating, it's embarrassing, and it's driving a wedge between the league and its growing fan base. Our YouTube channel has been dissecting this issue for weeks, and the consensus is clear. The refs aren't just inconsistent, they're actively undermining the game. Fans have pointed to specific plays, like the moment Clark got poked in the eye during the Atlanta game with no call, as evidence of a deeper problem. "How do you miss that?" one commenter asked. The ref was standing right there watching it happen. Either they're clueless or they're choosing not to call it. Another fan took it a step further. "This feels personal, like the refs have a grudge against Clark for being the face of the league. Whether it's incompetence or bias, the result is the same."
Situation. Now, yesterday, I did a DJ Carrington video kind of breaking down that whole thing, technical on that. They didn't call nothing on that for her poking Caitlin Clark in the eye, and that really had me thinking like, damn.
Clark is getting the short end of the stick, and the WNBA is paying the price. Let's talk about the bigger picture. Clark's presence in the WNBA isn't just about basketball, it's about business. She's a walking economic engine, driving revenue streams the league hasn't seen in years. Ticket sales for Fever games are through the roof, with arenas selling out faster than a Taylor Swift concert. TV ratings are spiking, with networks scrambling to air more of Clark's games. Social media is ablaze with highlights of her step-back threes and no-look passes, generating the kind of organic buzz that marketing teams can only dream of.
They didn't call nothing on that for her poking Caitlin Clark in the eye, and that really had me thinking, like, damn, how many times did they actually, drop the ball and didn't call?
She's not just a star. She's a cultural phenomenon, the kind of player who could redefine the WNBA's place in the sports world. So why is the league letting her get treated like she's auditioning for a stunt double role in a Jason Bourne movie? The silence from the WNBA's front office is deafening. No statements, no investigations, no acknowledgement of the officiating crisis that's unfolding on national.
This is getting mixed reviews. Some people saying Caitlin Clark pushed off. Another person is saying the other players bear hug Caitlin Clark. But let's read what the caption stated. It says,